Check. Carried away, not in place, out in space. Get out of my way, stay out of my way. My road's unpaved, my road's unpaved. Oh, none of that same mundane terrain. None of that same mundane terrain. The fast lane gets blurry, interestingly disturbing. The demons, they're lurking. I'm particularly worried, so they always show up early when that road gets curvy. They hurt me, but I'm burly, so I surely keep on working. What's down below? 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 It's rainbows, it's Cloud9 cause I say so. No good book, no halos, jungle gyms and no Play-Doh. Brass ones that hang low, I might be insane though. Everybody's shady and we've all got an angle. Yeah. Everybody's shady and we've all got an angle. Yeah. Same mundane terrain. None of that 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 same mundane terrain. I'm as lost as a child, having no one to take me to the only place I need to go. And it's California, and I'm almost home, but I can't seem to find my way. The Monterey, where I need to go. I've been worked like a dog, wearing holes in my pockets, and I've never had something to show.
Welcome, faithful followers of the Green and White, to today's Big 8 women's soccer match at Vikings Field. Today's tilt pits the visiting Panthers of Sacramento City College against your DVC Vikings. The Vikings are 3-9-3 on the season. The Panthers 4-11-1. Both sides are in search of their first win in Big 8 play this afternoon. Without any further ado, here are the starting lineups. First for the visiting Panthers, coached by Alexia Poon, assisted by Jose Gomez. Today's captains, a freshman midfielder and keeper out of Laguna Creek, number 6, Kyla Costa. And a sophomore midfielder out of Liberty Ranch, number 7, Jocelyn Medina. The rest of the Panther starters, a sophomore goalkeeper out of Monterey Trail, number 1, Ava Casares. A freshman forward out of Intercom, number 4, Melody Julith Manzano. A sophomore defender out of Monterey Trail, number 5, Sarah Cardenas. A freshman midfielder out of Burbank, Karime Cervantes. A freshman defender out of Monterey Trail, number 13, Jazelyn Malone. A freshman defender out of Burbank, number 14, Brianna Justo. A freshman forward and midfielder out of Rio Americano, number 16, Nayeli Carpio. A sophomore defender out of Laguna Creek, number 19, Malia Sanchez. And a freshman midfielder and forward out of Sheldon, number 21, Alina Ilehai. And now for your DVC Vikings, coached by Colleen Mullins, assisted by Sam Lubasic, Tino Takuba, Marjan Haydari, and Alicia Palma. First, the captain, a sophomore midfielder out of Clayton Valley Charter, number 10, Casey Trujillo. The rest of your starters for the green and white, a sophomore goalkeeper out of John Sweat, number 0, Denise Correa. A sophomore forward and defender out of Dianza, number 3, Cristabel Rodas. A freshman midfielder out of Cal Prep, number 6, Diana Ruiz. A freshman forward and defender out of Las Lomas, number 8, Mila Ninkovic. A sophomore forward out of Northgate, number 9, Suhani Singh. A sophomore midfielder out of San Ramon Valley, number 13, Sierra Rosemont. A freshman defender and forward out of St. Patrick St. Vincent, number 16, Callista Rubel. A sophomore forward and midfielder out of Mount Diablo, number 17, Carol Esquivias. A sophomore midfielder and forward out of St. Patrick St. Vincent, number 23, Ella DiChoco. And a freshman midfielder out of Doherty Valley, number 24, Maila Hicks. Today's officials are Irina Petrunok in the center, assisted by Abi Chotu on the player bench sideline, and Abdul Monim on the spectator stand sideline. We ask now that you please remove your hats as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem. Okay. Oh, shit. Okay. Oh, it changed it. That's weird. Okay, 193. Through the left side, base hit! Downing is in to score! And DVC walk it off!
Best high step. He looks down the middle of the field. He's going to throw the ball right. Has a man in the field. Intercepted! Intercepted, taking it down the far sideline. He steps out of bounds right at the line of scrimmage. And that's how you cap the game up.
Sierra Smith quickly worked around, feeding the hot hand. Jasmine got it! 3 threes for number 23.
Who finds Edwards? Edwards needs to get the shot up. Pulls up a deep 3. Able to knock it down!
The counter-attack. Here comes Carla Ramos forward looking for Noelle Lemus. She's gotten by the last defender. Valentine comes out. Noelle drills the keeper. Lemus! And that is a DVC victory. And the Vikings are champions of California! Welcome, faithful followers of the green and white, to coverage of women's soccer on DVC Vikings Live. I'm your host, Joe Hickey, ready to bring you the first of 2 home matches this week to close out the regular season as Colleen Mullins' Vikings meet bottom of the table Sacramento City in a game featuring 2 teams in search of their first win inside the Big 8. DVC fell to a pair of 3-0 defeats last week, facing off with the defending state champs Folsom Lake and the current NorCal #1 Sierra. On Friday, the first 43 minutes were played pretty even in Rockland, but a 44th minute Sierra opener saw heads drop during the halftime break, and the Wolverines took full advantage of that lack of intensity to double their advantage just 30 seconds after the restart. Sac City, meanwhile, they're coming off a tough week as well, falling narrowly to Feather River before getting thumped by Santa Rosa, who will be here at the Vike on Friday. Like the Vikings, they're a bit short in numbers and haven't won since September. For the Panthers, it's a 6-match losing streak and an 8-match winless run. For the Vikings, they've drawn more recently and have a point in the Big 8 standings, but they haven't won since September 6th. Both teams will be hoping to take home 3 points for the first time in quite a while. With that, I turn to my partner for today's call, former DVC assistant coach and 2016 NSCAA National Assistant Coach of the Year, Alex Laban. First and foremost, welcome to the show, Alex.
Thank you, Joe. Appreciate you having me here today. It's great to be back.
Now, this is certainly a game where you can get it a little bit complicated by psychology, potentially. You've got two teams that have spent most of the last month or so facing off with state title. They're teams with state title ambitions, teams that have every intention of contending for Big 8 titles and even more. Today, they face off with another team that's been in that boat, and the full 3 points are up for grabs. As a coach, how would you get a team ready for that kind of shift of gears?
I think it's exciting for them. I think the players come into the game today knowing that they can get a result. You know, there's a good chance they can get a win if they know they do the right things, they play the right way. They've had, historically great success against Sac City. So we go again. You never know how it's going to go, of course. It hopefully doesn't throw up a surprise here today. But I think coaching, I think that the players seem super motivated to get going today. They've all got smiles on their faces in the warm-up. I'm excited to see what they got, Joe.
Well, and they certainly are. They have in their mind their captain, Lily Underwood, who today is going under the knife for the repair of the ACL injury suffered earlier this season. There's a little something regarding Wood that's on the line today, and as a matter of fact, and we'll talk more about that over the course of the game as it potentially becomes relevant. For the time being, DVC get things started with Denise Correa in goal, Rodas, Ruiz, Ninkovic, Singh, Trujillo, Rosemont, Rubel, Esquivias, Techoco, and Hicks, the rest of the 11 in front of her. And it's the Vikings right now in possession, attacking left to right across your YouTube progress bar. It's Suhani Singh surrounded by white Sacramento City jerseys, DVC in the new drip, the black to green gradient home kits. As the ball's taken away in the back by Ninkovic, and Suhani Singh will receive it from Ruiz. Gets stuck in here with Malia Sanchez, puts her back into Suhani, and drops the ball back to the Sac City keeper, Eva Casares.
It's a bright start here, Joe. Looks like the guys have got plenty of energy, so hopefully they can keep pushing on from here. Here's a break.
Has a nice bit of work there to tiptoe the sideline by Ninkovic. Tries to slide it into the feet of Suhani. Cut off again by Malia Sanchez. She started all but one game this season out of Laguna Creek for Coach Alexia Poon's Sac City side. 4-11-1 coming into action today.
I think Suhani picked up a little bit of a kick there early on. Let's keep an eye on her. Hopefully she's okay. She runs it off, but I saw her get a little knock early on there. Did you?
I missed that, but that's why we've got two sets of eyes on this here.
She looks okay. She's walking around. We need her to stay on the field by the looks of it.
For sure. Vikings with a bit of a short bench to begin with. Just 3 available. Miki Miyazaki for the first time in about 3 weeks. 4 or 5 matches.
She's going to test it now. Here we go.
There goes Suhani Singh up the right side. She's gotten through Sanchez. Slides one toward the center in search of the run of Trujillo. Cut off there before it could get to the DVC captain.
Well, she looked okay there on the break, so that's good news.
Absolutely, as up comes Ninkovic to try to challenge against Jocelyn Medina, one of the 2 Sac City captains. She and Kyla Costa wearing the bands, at the very least in name, if not in fact wearing actual bands. Speaking of which, a ritual here that we have had, and I imagine was done in advance, is that Lily Underwood, since she has been unable to participate, has granted the captain's band, the second captain's armband, to one of the outfield players. As Sac City take a ball away, looking to feed Costa on the takeaway.
That was
but
an easy giveaway there. We need to not give up any easy mistakes playing out the back there. That was a little bit of a risky one.
Absolutely. Nayeli Carpio, the one who picked that off but could not feed her fellow Panther up front. Here's a good diagonal ball to the right wing, looking for Suhani Singh. Out comes Sanchez to challenge.
It's a great cross.
Floated to the back post. Nothing doing. Held in there, though, by Rosemont. Correction, Esquivias. She'll drop that back for Rubel. Takes a rip. Deflected. Still alive. Casey fires wide left.
That was a good effort there. It's a nice break down the right from Suhani. Lovely cross. And almost with a shot on target. That was a good bright start so far.
Yeah, first shot of today's game for either side. Yet to see one on frame, but the day is young. Just 4 minutes gone here in first half action. Glad you've joined us here on DVC Vikings Live. Just one more home match scheduled. Might get one in the Big 8 tournament later on, but this coming Friday, sophomore day coming up.
That's always a fun, exciting day.
Absolutely, and seems like more often than not, DVC have ended up facing off with Santa Rosa either as their very first home game or their very last home game of a season. It's always got a little bit of extra juice to it.
There is some good history between those two teams. I know when I was here, we had some fantastic games against Santa Rosa, a great team, and it was always very competitive. So I look forward to them being here too.
Yeah, so those of you listening in here, if Tuesday was too hard of a sell, come on down here on Friday. We promise pyrotechnics. Carolesquivius nearly taking one away from the 14. Justo on the far right side here for Sacramento City, rather. Don't get ahead of myself. It's still Tuesday.
It certainly is. I think the guys are just trying to settle into their positions right now. I think when you start a game, the first 5 minutes, your kind of lungs are burning, all that running. So now I think there's a chance they can kind of settle down, figure out who they're marking in the game, settle into their positions, and then get this thing moving.
Well, and you mentioned playing or settling into positions. Several DVC players playing positions they did not start this season in. Ninkovic's not one of them. Right back is where she excels, and she's looking for Diana Ruiz up the right side. I don't know if that's going to have quite enough curl to stay in. Ruiz not quite able to chase it down.
Yeah, it was a good idea, that. Just a little bit too much weight on the pass there was the problem.
And the center-back pairing here of DeChoco and Hicks both started the season as attacking mids. They've done nicely, though, in that back-lying role. Callista Rubel, meanwhile, started as a center-back. Today, she appears to be the 10. Coming up forward here and firing on one hop to Eva Casares, but that will be the first shot on goal of today's encounter.
Yeah, I think she took that on her left foot there. I'm not sure she got as much power in that left as the right. Maybe we'll see.
Well, you mentioned before you've coached Callista. So
a long time ago. I go back a long way with Callista and her family. I coached her when she was a young kid doing her first few soccer camps, and I've coached a number of her siblings as well. So
I was going to say, it's a big soccer family.
Yeah, including one here. There's her elder sister Christina played here too, and Carissa.
This one brought forward. D is going to come on out. Correa clears that away. Big boot. Knocked down by a defender, but now over the top Singh looking for the run of Trujillo. Had it picked out, but headed away nicely by Malone. Now Rosemont, the front of the center circle, moving it to the right side for Ninkovic. Sahani showing for it. It's going to have to flatten out the run as Mila didn't see it. Loses possession here to the 6, Kyla Costa. Up ahead now, looking for the 16, Carpio.
The team looking a little stretched now.
DeChoco tries to heel flick that behind, loses out for a moment, now takes it right back.
She's done well there. That's a great recovery.
Going forward, that's under the foot of a defender, and that's going to give Singh a chance to run onto it. Cuts it around the arrival of one defender. Nice patience there. Leaves it for Trujillo. Has Esquivias on the left side. Carol picks it up at the edge of the 18. Tries to flick it forward. Nothing doing. Rubel is going to launch this one from distance. One big hop, and Casares will claim it.
Couldn't quite get the final pass right there. It was a great bit of play, switched it nicely, but you couldn't quite wriggle free to get that shot off in the end. I think that was the problem there.
And that final ball has been the issue for a bit. Vikings have not scored since October 11th. That on the road in Modesto.
Well, let's hopefully that changes today. There's certainly a lot of space out there in the wide areas, and they've already created, 3 half-decent chances.
Certainly bright beginning to things here for DVC. It's the 21, Alina Ilehai. Puts one to the right side here. Able to cut that off. Again is DeChoco. Sideline to sideline player here. Midfielder by trade. Defender by necessity. This ball forward here for Singh. Cuts that inside for Ruiz. Now back out to Ella.
Good, nice bit of possession there. They've built it up well.
3 Vikings looking to show for it. This is a bit too direct and cut off by the center back Sanchez. Ruiz able to get back onto it, though, in a battle here with the 7 Medina. Rubel with one touch over to the right side. Singh cuts it around the arriving defender. Puts it on her left, and again, a bit of an overambitious shot. Maybe you want to let that develop a little bit.
Yeah, I think she had a really good look at the goal there. I think it's just the quality of the strike was not there. She never really caught hold of it. So it's a good opportunity there. She had sight of goal for sure. It was if she connects correctly, that should be a good attempt on goal, but it was fairly disappointing, I think it's fair to say, that one.
Yeah, I mean, it was a good view, and she just didn't quite feel like she was on balance at the moment that she wound up for it at least to my eye.
Yeah, I would agree. She got a little bandage on that right quad, so hopefully isn't causing her too much discomfort.
Beautiful 1-2 there, Trujillo and Rubel. Here comes a cross in, looking for Singh. Casares out to it, and she will dive on it on the second bite at the apple. Vikings in search of that goal to break the duck. I mentioned the October 11th date. It's been even longer since I got to go nuts for one, because the last goal they scored was in the one game this season that I haven't traveled to.
Well, hopefully you break your duck here and we see a couple of goals.
Just feels spiteful.
Sure they don't mean anything by it, Joe. They're trying for you, I'm sure.
Oh, no, without doubt. And they went pretty close a few times against Sierra last week. They had a decent shot at an equalizer in the first half against Folsom, but couldn't quite put it away. A good save there. And then a lightning-quick counterattack after they'd gone 2-0. Nearly pulled one back as Carla Esquivias made full use of her speed up this left side here just in front of our broadcast position. And Trujillo launched one, but
that's a good ball here,
there
Joe.
we go.
Here's
Here comes Suhani Singh. She's behind the defender. Suhani, one-on-one with Casares. Suhani fires. Goal! Go, 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 goal! Suhani Singh!
There you go, Joe. I told you the goal was coming. It looks like they've done a little celebration for Lily there, I think, perhaps you think, on the camera. They're thinking of their teammate there on that one.
That is correct. They let us know about that plan, so you got to figure out exactly how the AI is going to work and whether it's going to follow you, but it seemed to do the job just then. DVC up 1-0. Boy, does it feel good to say that. We're going to let the crowd as well know what's going on here. That was Trujillo on that assist, right, from the left side, I'm pretty sure?
Yes, sir.
All right, man, want to make sure.
DVC goal in minute number 10. The 11th of the season by number 9, Suhani Singh. Number 10, Casey Trujillo on the assist. Vikings 1, Panthers 0.
That's right, got to get that in all sorts of different places. The broadcast scoreboard, the one here at the field, all those good spots. DVC, at long last, on top here on their third shot on frame. Suhani Singh makes no mistake.
Yeah, it was a fantastic through ball there. I mean, Suhani's got herself in a great position, level with the last defender. She timed the run perfectly, and as soon as she was through, she was looking for a good connection on that right foot, and she hit it quite nice. I think she'd have probably preferred it a little bit further away from the goalkeeper, but as long as they go in as a centre forward, you're always happy. So she'll be super happy to get a goal today.
For Suhani, her first goal in the month of October, just DVC's second. The other one went the way of Sofia Lopez Real back in Modesto. But the drought is over. DVC lead here, looking for that first win in Big 8 play today, and they've got just the start you want 10 minutes in.
Yeah, I think Suhani's going to feel pretty good about that one now. She's got a little bit of adrenaline in you now. You've scored, and she'll be starting to think about how can she get the next one. That's what I'd be thinking if I were her.
Vikings certainly have had the unfortunate habit of giving up the goals in bunches. I'm sure they'd love to score a few that way here, as that one splits a pair of defenders looking for Ruiz. Just a little hot, though.
Yeah, it was a decent idea, that one. I think she's found the gap there to try and play it through. I'm just not sure they really anticipated it coming in that strong, that through ball.
Delighted here to have a few folks in the YouTube chat as well. Brendan, John, and Mr. Jackrabbit. We accept all comers, even if you're of the opposing persuasion. Panthers fans welcome here. Suhani drops this back to Ninkovic as Sofia Lopez Real prepares to enter the fray in just a moment. This one looped again, looking in search rather of Singh down the right side, a little long and a little direct from Rosemont.
Seems to be a lot of movement of the ball down the right-hand side. I think Ninkovic here and Ruiz have done quite well to try and create opportunities.
The game for the Vikings, number 7, Sofia Lopez Real.
Don't worry about it, Alex. You can keep on talking as I'm doing my thing, too, if you like. You don't have to make room. You're not amplified out here.
Tell you what, you're so professional here, Joe. You're doing about 3 or 4 different jobs at once. It's hard to keep up with you. I shall try and focus on my only job.
Trujillo pops this one over the top. Decent first touch. Takes Singh a little wide. Tries to square it up, but can't quite get around it. Casares claims.
Yeah, that was a difficult one for her. I do still think Singh's carrying a little injury there. I just watch how she moves. It's not, I think, as freely as I'm guessing she normally moves. Either that early kick in the game or her right quad's not quite there, despite the goal.
Here's a ball forward again for Singh off the restart. Nearly manages to work it through a pair of defenders after Lopez Real was first to the goal kick. Or a drop kick, rather. Here is Ninkovic. Mila centrally now for Sofia. Drop it back to the defensive line. Look out there, Maila Hicks. That's why it's occasionally nice to have a mid back there. Good footwork. Here's a ball forward from Ruiz looking for Esquivias. Beats the defender to it. Manzano turns back around, drops this to the left back. Cristobal Rodas, banked off of one player, stays in play near the corner flag. Esquivias back to Cristobal. Dribbling centrally and loses out.
Yeah, that was a great ball on the left there, trying to get in behind the full-back. It was unlucky not to connect.
That went out at the far sideline here. If you're just joining us, Vikings on top, 1-0. The goal courtesy of Suhani Singh in minute number 10. Oh, I didn't think this part through. I've got my little spiders for spooky season out here. They're right in front of Suhani's name. We got to work on that.
Well, it is Halloween, isn't it? Very shortly, so we can't blame you for trying there, Joe. Don't worry.
I had to do a little something. It might have been the biggest smile I had all weekend was generating that and making them drop down right as the scoreboard came in. I was like, that's adorable.
Certainly an A for effort, that's for sure.
Didn't think through all of the the results of that. We're going to have a Beat of Diablo special show for you here, music-wise. When the halftime break comes up, it is all spooky music. Local artists doing their renditions of either their own spooky songs or in at least one case a cover of a Tim Curry song, which you want to talk about just uber campy. Ball lost at the far sideline. Sac City on the throw-in. Opportunity potentially for a cross for Ilehai, but it goes over the back line.
Well, things have kind of settled down after that goal now. I think the players must be feeling a little bit more confident. I think now they're just got to try and get on the ball, move the ball around and see if they can try and generate a few more opportunities.
The woman up there on the right side of the attack, the 21, or rather in the middle of the midfield, I should say, Alina Ilehai. They've brought her back into that position in search of the game. Ilehai has scored most of the Sac City's recent goals. Last one scored by them that wasn't her was way back against Dianza 692 minutes ago, plus the 17 we've had here. That was Melody Manzano, and Manzano appears to be out there as a center back today. Or no, rather, there she is. She's a right side midfielder.
Yeah, I think she may be a goal threat. I think the problem is she's not really getting much of the ball. That could be the problem. So I think their challenge is probably getting the ball to her to see what she can do, really.
Here's a nice cutoff, and it's going to be DeChoco coming forward, goes route one in search of Singh. That's just going to find a center back.
Yeah, that was more a bit of a hit and hope ball, really. It wasn't a carefully thought out pass, was it, that one?
And one of the things the Vikings have been working on over the course of the season is getting the head up and looking for the next option. They were doing a lot of very predictable passing for a few games earlier and not able to possess very effectively. They looked a lot better in the first half against Sierra, and so far today have looked pretty good. It is Manzano, though, on the ball right now, cutting her way through to Choco. And another player. It's wrestled for down here at the corner flag, and it looks like a foul whistled and a free kick going the way of the Vikes.
Yeah, I think going back to that coaching topics during the week, I think that's the challenge. You know, I know Coach Mullins here is very organised and puts on some great sessions. It's one of those things where you're trying to translate what you do on the training field into the game, and that's the hardest thing, and that's where the responsibility shifts to the players. And have they learned what they've been working on during the week, and can they get it right on game day, because that's where it really counts.
It's a lovely thing to finally have somebody on here with me that's actually got that coaching experience and can kind of give us a sense of what's going on there in the engine room. I know when you started doing things at KTVU, I was just like, okay, I've been wanting to get Alex on a broadcast for like 5 years, and now it's definitely happening.
Oh, good. I got the final KTVU. You gave me the final seal of approval. I like it.
Well, it gave me a sense you'd be open to it. I think I remember floating at 19 when I was first on the call for SoCal College Sports for the 3C2A finals, and you and Coach Mullins didn't seem to have much interest in it at the time, and then seems like you're much more open now, and here comes the overlap from Ninkovic up the right side. DVC F2 flooding forward into the box. The cross is blocked there by the 6 Costa and cleared away. Callista, a little bit of space, gets her head up. Rather, Sierra fires.
It's a good hit, that, isn't it? You could see that one. She almost made it. It was on target. Just need a little bit more power, and that'd have maybe gone over the goalkeeper. But it was certainly a good effort on target.
Yeah, certainly off the foot. I thought that was where that was headed.
No, I appreciate the offer back in 19. I think the thing is now I've been away from the game so often, any opportunity to be on the grass and near a soccer field for me is just a pleasure. So I'm all about trying to stay as close to the game as I can. I don't get many opportunities these days.
Alex, one of the heartbeats of that three-headed monster of a coaching staff we had in 16, Julio Borge, Colleen Mullins, and Alex. Here's a chance going up ahead. Oh, looking for the top right corner is Suhani Singh, just barely high and wide.
It's another decent half chance for her there. I think she'll be disappointed she didn't put that one on frame. You know, it was she had a good look at the goal. Again, like you said on the last track, a little bit off balance. I think there's something not quite right. She's trying her best to get through this game, but you can tell she's not 100%.
And Vikings with all hands on deck, given how short the roster has gotten in recent weeks. DVC lost Marina Ognian for the season to a broken clavicle, and Julia Ognian as well. Her sister no longer with the club. Of course, lost Lily Underwood early in the year. Miki Miyazaki is available today for the first time, but probably limited minutes. She's been out again since October 11th. Ball forward to Nayeli Carpio, tries to go centrally, and up steps to Choco. Got a touch to it, but it still comes free for the 5 Cardenas. Choco able to take it away, though. Here's Rosemont, gets her head up. Cutting around Costa.
The DVC backline have done a good job to this point. They look very composed on the ball. They seem to have stopped the breaks earlier. Hopefully I'm not going to give them the commentator's curse here, but I'm feeling confident, obviously, right now.
Well, a couple of balls stonewalled here as Rosemont and Rodas tried to get it forward, but Cervantes and then Manzano able to block a few passes forward. It still stays with the green and white, though, or green and black as they look these days.
The new uniforms do look very clean, very nice.
Yeah, those are fresh as of the start of Big 8 play this year. And christened them with a 0 draw that was a very hard battle against San Joaquin Delta back a few weeks ago. That was the last positive result DVC have had.
Oh, here's a chance to switch it. That's a good ball.
Oh, beautiful looking counterattack so far. Lopez Real forward. The flag stays down. Here comes Singh. Suhani will take that on the first touch. And again, right at Casares.
It's a fantastic break. That was a lovely ball out to the right-hand side. Another good through ball to Singh there. I think she'll again want that one back. It was another good chance. She's had a number of chances so far this half.
7-0. The shots count so far for DVC, and I believe Singh accounting for at least 5 of those, including the goal in minute number 10. 5 shots on frame. Just the 1 foul has gone against Sac City. Yet to see a corner kick here, but the day is young. About halfway through the first period here from Pleasant Hill. Ball on the foot of Ile High.
The Vikings midfield still need to assert themselves in this game, as I gave some compliments to the back line here, and the forward line have got through, but the midfield really need to assert themselves and kind of get control of this game here.
Yeah, we've seen a few nice moments from Esquivias, Rosemont with the long shot from distance, but otherwise not a ton of possession. It's largely been worked at the wings, it seems like, and then the occasional Route 1 ball that's found somebody deep.
Yeah, just need a little bit of composure on the ball. Sometimes connect the shorter passes as well as always looking for that long through ball is going to help them.
Vikings will start this one from the back as Choco gets around the pressure of Cardenas. Forward for Sierra.
Choco has great composure on the ball there, bringing it out the back. I mean, she's beat a centre forward, no problem, very composed and brings it.
Yeah, the sophomore out of St. Pat St. Vincent missed the first 3 weeks of this season, but was immediately back into the starting lineup after fixing up some issues with eligibility. Lopez Real over on the right side. That ball forward is again going to slice out.
Well, yeah, she's going to be a great addition to the team if that's the case. That's great news.
Throw in comes up this sideline from Sac City. Ilahai.
It's a great tackle.
Oh my goodness, Sierra Rosemont. We were just commenting. She picked up a yellow in last week's game, and to her count, that's the first yellow she's had as a collegiate player. And for somebody who goes to ground as frequently as she does, that is a testament to how well she tends to time them.
That was a great strong tackle, won the ball, no problems. The referee's done well there.
Yeah, Irina Petrunak's been one of the better ones we've seen this season here in Pleasant Hill. We generally smile when her name pops up on the list.
Yeah, she's refereed many games before. I know she's a great referee and does a good job. I've seen it myself.
Esquivias on the ball here after Correa drilled it deep. Gets through one defender and now loses out. Sac City trying to connect passes. Ilehai forward for Carpio, back to Ilehai, and now looking to go up the center to Choco, cuts it off.
Fantastic again. She's read the ball really well there, intercepted it before the striker can get even a touch on the ball.
Ball up over the top, looking for Trujillo, headed away by Justo. It'll be a Viking throw in from this near sideline. You hear the coaching coming from Tino Takuba, birthday boy here yesterday.
Oh, happy birthday, Coach.
And last Monday was Coach Mullins' birthday as well. And then the other one going on today, not directly connected to DVC, but probably one of the biggest Viking soccer fans east of the Mississippi is my dad, celebrating 71 candles today. So happy birthday, Dad. Hope you're tuning in.
Oh, Dada, Joe's Dada, I love it. Happy birthday, sir.
Yeah, when I started doing baseball, I think he tuned in for one of the first handful of broadcasts he'd heard, and all of a sudden it's like, you're pretty good at this. And ever since then, anything I do, he and my mom are tuned in. It's lovely to know that I got a pair of eyes on it pretty much regardless. I've turned them into cricket fans.
Well, good. I hope they're watching and listening in today. That's an honor to be here with your son today.
We have here a corner kick, I believe, first of the game, won by the Vikings down in that left side. It'll be Karol Esquivias to put it in.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what they've been working on these set plays during the week, see if we can get any opportunity out of this.
Two are going to sit right on the goal line, Ruiz and DeChoco. Here come the runners from the half moon.
Good ball.
Oof. That very easily could have become an own goal there. The swing from Karime Cervantes almost taking it away from her goalkeeper.
Yeah, it was a decent contact. She got the ball into the box. Needed a runner perhaps across the front of the goalkeeper.
Singh nearly keeps that in play after intercepting a pass, but we'll go out for a sack throw here. Ilehai working against Lopez Real forward, but nobody in that area. That will be the first foul whistled against the Vikings, though, here.
Yeah, there hasn't been many free kicks, have there? So it's seems like it's a well-refereed game thus far.
Yeah, just the second. I think the other one was way down there in that corner when the Vikings earned themselves a free kick in their defensive zone.
Yeah, I think as players, you want the game to be flowing all the time. You don't want to be stopping every 2 minutes, so it's good to have a referee lets the game flow. That always helps.
It's a nice clearance brought down with the body of Casey Trujillo. Drops that back to Ninkovic. Vikings looking to surge forward as Singh and Ruiz and Lopez Real were showing for it.
It's a good decision. It's a good decision. Some nice short passes trying to build out there.
That one's last touched by Sofia as it goes out. But yeah, Mila Ninkovic has been, for me, one of the most improved I've seen this season. She's really come into her own on that right back role. It's kind of in and out of the lineup to begin the season, but has been really solid back there the last month or so. So ball forward, takes a deflection on the way through. Lopez Real can't quite get to it. Jaslyn Malone cuts it off.
She just needs to release that ball a little bit earlier there. I think the players' runs were heading offside there. If she just releases the ball a little bit earlier, we may be in on goal on that one.
Right here underneath our broadcast position, Vikings able to, as Ilehai and Carpio not able to connect. Ball forward here for Rosemont. Turns well, now trying to send Singh up the right side.
Great ball. Is she offside or on?
Flag stays down, cuts it inside the arrival of defender. Crossing a little bit behind Callista Rubel.
That must have been a close call with the assistant referee there. She looked marginally off, but she's done well there to get the cross in.
Chased down by Rodas, tries to put a ball forward for Lopez Real. Nothing doing, and now surging out of the back is Jaslyn Malone. Tries to go to the right side here for Cardenas. Good work by the Vikings left back to track back. Rodas and DeChoco close it down.
DeChoco wants to get forward here. Is that her with the run down the left? I think she's feeling a little adventurous from her centre-back spot.
Well, a lot of time spent in the attacking mid-role in her first year and a half in green and white. Sort of repurposed at the beginning of the American River game after the Vikings had gone down 2-0. Yeah. And that Hicks had come back due to injury. DeChoco came back kind of just to try something a little new. Mm-hmm. And it's been a really, really lovely find.
Yeah, she's been great at centre-back so far. Like I said before, just so composed on the ball, happy to bring it out into midfield, and you can tell she's certainly played midfield before, but I can see why she's getting a chance at central defence.
Into the game for Sacramento City, 8, Precious Medina, 15, Alexia Alejo.
Few new Panthers into the fray here for Coach Poon. As we mentioned in the beginning here, Sacramento City also in search of their first win in quite some time. They're 0-6 so far in the month of September.
I think the pace of the game's dropped off a little bit. It looks like we're just over half an hour into this game. I'm wondering if the fitness or all that running up and down the field is starting to play into this. But you can tell the pace has dropped a little bit now. I think DVC needs to try and pick it up and push the pace and see if we can pick up that second goal.
And definitely want to try to extend the advantage and do what teams have been doing recently to the Vikings, which is get that second one that really puts you on your heels. That one's out the back here as the Vikings try to build up the left, and we are going to have Callista Rubel back into the match, which means I misidentified somebody when I thought that she was the one that took the shot earlier.
I didn't spot that one. I know we got her coming out, but she's ready to go back in here. Hopefully all those coaching sessions I did with her about 10 years ago help here, Joe. You know, hopefully I taught her how to strike the ball. She can get us a goal.
She'll be taking off Carol Esquivias. We'll see what that means to the Vikings formation here. Not exactly a like-for-like swap, although we have seen Rubel a little bit on the wings since she started coming forward.
Yeah, I think she's a pretty versatile player. She's played a multitude of positions, so I think...
yeah, I take it back. She's going right over to left wing. Like for like it is.
Looks like where she's heading, that's for sure.
Lopez Real, Trujillo, and Ruiz, the midfield behind that. Or rather, Trujillo, I think, the right wing. So Ruiz, Lopez Real, and Rosemont, your midfield.
Definitely trying to see if they can find 2 or 3 more opportunities before the half to see if we can get that second one. That is I'm sure the only goal of the coaching team right now.
DVC on Tuesday last, it was that late first half rather, second goal that did take the wind out of things. So we know the effect that can have. Of course, DVC soccer, not the only game in town here in Vikings athletics. We'll remind you what's coming up this week. The big one is cross country hosting the Big 8 Championships in Martinez at Hidden Valley Park. Men's water polo will also be at home against Ohlone and Cabrillo as the Vikings look to break forward here, and we'll tell you more about that later. There's a ball in the midfield given away by Singh. Vikings trying to apply pressure as it's over here to the left side to Jocelyn Medina. Looks for the newly inserted sub, Precious Medina, unable to feed her.
Yeah, that was a bit of a sort of a lazy giveaway in the middle, if we're being honest. I think you've got to protect the ball. If you're a striker dropping into that midfield, make sure that you connect it, get it to your midfielders, and then spin and get higher up the field and see if you can go get yourself something up there.
Hard run showing for it from Cervantes, but they decide to go Medina to Medina.
She's done well there. It's a good hold-up, playing good. Got to connect the layoff, though. You've held it up well. Again, got to connect it into feet to the midfield.
Ruiz back in to try to pressure and take it back after the giveaway. Ilehai, heel flick, straight to Ninkovic. Still battling here with Ilehai. Now it's Singh passing on the battle with Justo. Centrally now for the 6, Costa, her ball forward. Held nicely by the other new substitute, Alejo. Steps around the arrival of Sofia Lopez Real. Sofia gets a foot to it.
She's
now
done
uses
well
the
there.
body.
Yeah, she's done very well there. She's kind of hustled and harried the right back there and managed to win the ball back, but can we keep it? That's the thing. There's a lot of turnovers. Here's a chance.
Here's Callista Rubel coming forward. Looking for Singh, who I think went passive knowing that she was offside and that Abi Chotu's flag was going to come up if she pursued it.
Yeah, I think Rubel's got to release the ball a little bit earlier there again, otherwise she's going to be offside. So it's just a bit quicker on that final ball. That's what's going to help.
Cervantes, a little errant into the far sideline. Thought she had a player there that wasn't there. We saw it's a different sport, but we saw that with Steph Curry a few nights ago, throwing the ball to where Clay used to be. I wonder if there's a player out. I know that the Panthers are without Jasmine Muro today, so maybe that's where she usually is.
I don't think you can blame Steph Curry too much. They certainly played a lot of games together, those guys.
Oh, yeah, when you got chemistry. Ball cranked deep by the Sac City defense. Looking to hold on to it up top is Manzano. That's Maila Hicks putting on the pressure and forces the giveaway backwards. Suhani Singh gets away from one defender, trying to hit the turbo boost. Looks to cut around the 14. Justo, no foul given either way. The ball comes free.
No, I think it's a good decision by the ref. I think it's just a coming together as she tries to cut in there, so you can understand why.
Another ball cut off, and there's Trujillo forward looking for Rubel. First touch shows too much of it to the 13 Malone. It's out for a Viking throw in the attacking third.
Looks like we've just got a little over 11 minutes to go here, so The ball's in a good part of the field. We're in the final third. Got to keep it there.
Here's the throw in to Trujillo. Vikings splaying out, looking to show for it.
It's good to be back at the Vikings field and hearing Coach Mullins here enthusiastically keeping these guys moving forwards here. I like it.
Ball inside, looking for the head of Rubel. That is taken away and held by the Sac City defensive mids. Ball forward, though, over the foot of Rodas, but comes to DeChoco, who's been the Vikings' everywhere woman so far.
Yep.
Good track back by Rosemont to keep possession there.
I thought DeChoco was about to give a pass away there for a second, but she completed it again, so I don't think she's given any away so far.
Another clearance comes to the Vikings left back, Cristabel Rodas, the transfer from Pacific Union.
Oops.
Trying to cut back around is
She lost
Rosemont. Yeah, loses out that time around. The 8. Precious Medina coming forward, cut off. Ninkovic looking for the immediate refeed up the top.
She's got to try and press them here now high, try and keep the ball close to their goal, not let them back through into our half. Got to win it. That's a great step. Well done.
Mila Ninkovic on that. Forward looking for Singh. Touches that into a bit of space. Suhani floating this to the back post. Nobody's going to make the run to close it up, though. And it is wide. A little bit of a chasse there. Half shot, half pass, perhaps.
Yeah, I was just musing that myself. Was that a shot or was it a cross? I can't help but think it was a shot there. But it ended up looking more like a cross at the end of it. There's good pressure, though, from DVC high up the field. That's what we want to do. Keep high press on. Keep winning it near to their goal. That will help.
There's the throw in to Rubel, using the big body to protect the sphere. Forwards here for Suhani Singh. 2 defenders on her back. Keeps it for a moment. Now it comes free to Trujillo. She's got a bomb in that right foot. Thought about letting rip with one. Now she'll square it up for Singh, who meets it first time but guides it wide right.
Yeah, she couldn't quite get that under control, unfortunately. But she had a lot of the ball this half. Singh, she's had a lot of the ball. She'll want that to continue as a centre forward because you're normally standing there waving your arms in the air saying, where's the ball, where's the ball? But she can't say that in the locker room at half time. She's seen quite a lot of it, so I think she'll be happy to have one. But no, she's got a chance to get another 1 or 2 here in the second half or before half time, hopefully.
Well, Suhani, the 19-year-old sophomore out of Northgate, started this season with a whopping 7 goals in the first 2 matches. Hat trick against Deanza and 4 against Woodland. Has had just 4 since, and that was her first one since September 24th as the ball comes out of the midfield to the left side. Rodas scooped looking for Rubel. The header from the center back I thought was going to favor Singh for just a moment, but instead comes free to Justo.
Again, they've got to try and win the ball high here and try and get on top of Sac City and not let them through.
Knocked down by Hicks. Look out, though. Precious Medina. Drop back now to the 10. Cervantes. Looks to feed someone up the right wing. Stepping in is Rodas. She'll take it away. DVC's outside backs been very busy in today's game, be it on the defensive end or on the offensive one. Speaking of which, Ninkovic cuts inside the arrival of a defender. Leaves that for Singh, trying to touch it to the wings.
I think Ninkovic's had a good first half, as you see. I think you highlighted her as playing well this season. She's certainly done that in the first half here. Had plenty of the ball, made some good passes, got high up the field. That's what you want from your right back these days. So she can be pretty pleased with her opening half an hour or so.
Foul committed meanwhile, and so that's the second whistled against DVC, against 1 for Sacramento City. 8-0 the shot count, 5-0 in shots on goal. Vikings have taken the only corner, and of course have the lone goal. That coming in minute number 10 off the boot of Suhani Singh.
Well, thank goodness we did get that goal, Joe, because I think if we only had 7 minutes to go and it was still 0-0, we'd be a little bit more tense here in the commentary booth, I think.
That seems likely. A little tense anyway, but here's a ball forward. Manzano has that pop up on her arm. Nothing given. Nope, there it is. Free kick.
Yeah, good spot. That was up on the arm there. I think the referee spotted it. We shouldn't quite hear the whistle there.
Yeah, I've got a mic pointing that way and everything. I was kind of surprised not to hear it. Rodas ahead for Rubel. Now looks for the overlap of Sofia Lopez Real. Flag is now up from Abichotu, and that'll bring that to a close.
Yeah, I was a little bit worried that flag was going to go up there. I saw the ball through. It looked nice, but I think the AR's in a good position there, and I'm sure when we watch that one back, there'll be no surprises to see why that flag went up.
It is kind of funny, though. I think just the last few years of watching football with VAR, you just kind of get the You get the sense like, oh, he's just going to let that go for a good 10 seconds, and then the flag will come up.
Yeah, I'm not sure we've got the VAR just yet at junior college level. You never know, one day when the budget improves.
Well, once everybody's got these cameras right here, we'll be in business. Good news for DVC Vikings fans. Miki Miyazaki standing at the midfield stripe, getting ready to enter the encounter in just a moment. It'll be her first action since an ankle injury back on the 11th against Modesto, so glad to see her coming back. Ninkovic takes the ball away here from Ilehai and will drop that back to Correa.
Yeah, the goalkeeper's got to be very confident there, playing at the back, and she's done a good job. She hasn't seen an awful lot of the ball, but when you do get the opportunity, you've got to be strong back there and be confident.
There's another giveaway, though. That's going to come to Kyla Costa. Stepping up, Christabel gets a foot to it, stays here with Sac City, and here is Ninkovic cutting off the pass for Ilehai.
I think that's going to be the story of the half, isn't it, for us? The amount of turnovers in the central areas in midfield have been a major problem for the Vikings today. They've really got to, I'm sure the coaching staff will be trying to work on that in the locker room at half-time and make sure they tidy it up, that's for sure.
And certainly something they won't be able to afford in 3 days' time against the likes of the Santa Rosa.
Oh, no, certainly not.
Substitution time, we'll let the people know.
Into the game for Sacramento City, number 9, Guadalupe Del Toro. Into the game for the Vikings for her first action since October 11th, number 4, Miki Miyazaki.
Thrilled to have her back. She has been a neat little engine over there on the left side, and one of the stories for the Vikings just making it so difficult to attack the last couple of weeks has been just losing winger after winger after winger.
I think Lopez Real's done a really solid job out there in the first half. She's worked tirelessly, pressed the ball, had a little bit of one or two through balls that almost worked, but she can be proud of her work so far in the first half.
Here's Miyazaki, drop back here to Rubel, steps around one defender, and
Need a switch.
Finds Ruiz with some space, forward looking for Singh or Trujillo. It'll be Casey who comes away with it. Casey looking to load it up on the left. She'll fire that towards the bottom right corner, but it's a little wide.
Yeah, I haven't seen much of her play, but I'm guessing she'd prefer that to fall on her right foot by the looks of it, the way she didn't really quite want to hit it on the left, and I think if that had been the other way around, she cut on her right, we might have got the second one there.
Yeah, the right foot has got some absolute venom in it for Trujillo. 5 goals and 3 assists this season. Vikings have scored this year, I believe, in 8 of their games, and Casey has a goal or an assist in 6 of them.
Well, that's good news. Need to get the ball more on her right foot then, don't we?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, she's got the assist already. She's taking care of that part. But, yeah, we do need that second. There's a ball forward in the direction of Trujillo. Flag stays down this time. Casey cuts that around the arrival of a defender, puts it on her right. Here's a hard cross in just over the head of Rubel. Still alive for DVC, trying to get settled on it is Singh. She'll drop this back. Rosemont, and that's going to go into orbit.
Well, you were proven right there. That's a fantastic ball in with her right foot, isn't it? She really did well to beat the fullback. She's put in an excellent cross. I'm not sure what you need more as a centre forward there to go and get yourself a goal. It's a really good opportunity. No one could quite make the most of that there, though, unfortunately.
Yeah, Trujillo, I remember in the early season, I think her first goal and her first assist both came with a nutmeg in the build-up to it. So absolutely her thing. Loves to beat a defender on the dribble.
I look forward to seeing that in the replay. That sounds awesome. That's great.
Rosemont on the ball here, and now we'll bring this forward in the direction of Trujillo, but straight to Casares instead.
It's another disappointing pass out of the midfield, that one, I'm afraid to say. That's a good win, though.
Ninkovic again. Here's Trujillo. Looking to get herself into this story. That ball's popped up on Rubel, chasing it against Casares, but the number 1 in highlighter yellow will get there first.
Well, she's done well to turn there. I wish she just made the easier pass. There was one of the players, I couldn't see what number there, but right in front of her, he just laid the ball in. We could have been through. She went for the harder pass, and we lost it.
Good work there by the 10, Cervantes, to resist the arrival of a DVC player. Had her all over her back. Karime to the right side here. A little bit of shifty dribbling and an attempted cross in. That'll be cleaned up by Rosemont.
And that's the danger, but the longer it stays 1-0, whenever SAC do get up this side of the field and they get those few opportunities to do it, you've got to be super careful that we don't make a mistake.
Clock comes to a stop here at Vikings Field as well as on DVC Vikings Live. Sac City on the ball for a moment here. It's Alexia Alejo working around Rodas. Her cross, though, is going to go straight into the body of the 3 in black.
Yeah, she's done well there. That's good defending. That's what you want from your fullbacks. Get the early blocks in. Don't let the crosses in. Got to keep that up.
Final drops of this first half here. DVC on top 1-0 on the goal from Suhani Singh.
Can't believe we're almost at half-time of our debut as co-coms here. Unbelievable, Joe. He's gone quick.
I think we got the rhythm right now. Here's a shot from distance. That'll go wide. It is the first mark besides the lone foul on Sac City's side of the ledger.
Now we're at that final minute or two. It's important the concentration stays right. No more mistakes in the midfield. I think you just want to get into the locker room with the 1-0 and build from there.
Absolutely, yeah. Last week, the goal right before the break was the story.
There's an easy giveaway. You don't need
dear.
that.
Nearly taken away by Manzano for a moment. Now back to Alejo. Steps around the arrival of Lopez Real. Ball inside. Knocked away by Maila Hicks. Ruiz comes up with it. Forward for Rubel.
That's better.
Steps around the arrival of Malone. Now locked in a battle. Oof, boy.
Just need a through ball here. There she goes.
Looking on the right side here for Trujillo. Can she beat the defender
that's
to it?
onside.
She does. Flag stays down. Casey fires top right corner. No good.
Oh, she's going to want that one back, isn't she? That's a really good opportunity there. I think Rubel's forced that one through, and she will really want that one back again. That's the best opportunity of the half. Yeah,
Casey unable to quite guide it on frame there. It's the second time in about a week that we've seen a promising attack end with the ball just a little high. Trujillo takes another ball away here, working with Singh. Drops that off for Casey on her left foot. Now trying to serve someone in the middle. It's going to come to Rubel. Thought that was going to come free for Miyazaki for a second. Ball cleared away, and that's going to do it here for first half action. We reach the halftime break. And DVC again lead on that 10th minute goal from Suhani Singh. But as you said, a lot of opportunities gone wanting and a lot of turnovers in the middle, perhaps preventing DVC from really putting a stranglehold on this game, Alex.
Yeah, I mean, it's almost the perfect half. If we just convert that last chance, I said it's such a good opportunity to go 2-0 into the locker room. I think the whole mood's a little bit different. I think now, being a coach, you're going into there a little bit frustrated that you aren't at 2 or 3 with the opportunities that we've created and how well the defence have played. But I think that from the coaching staff, it'll be trying to fix that midfield issue, connect your passes, and make sure we're not doing too many turnovers there. But I think if you can create as many opportunities as we have on goal, I mean, I think probably 4 really good ones, then surely we should be able to get 1 or 2 more goals, I would hope.
Well, that's what we'll be looking for when we come back on the other side of this break. But the next 15 minutes, as always, belong to Dave Hughes and the Beat of Diablo. And we'll be listening, as we said, to a little bit of spooky music here from the Concord Rock City area here on DVC Vikings Live Halftime. Until those 15 minutes are up, we hope you enjoy that 1 minute.
This is Dave Hughes, and you're listening to select cuts from my weekly show, The Beat of Diablo, here on DVC Vikings Live Halftime. If you want to hear more local music, tune in this Sunday and every Sunday at 7 p.m. to Concord's iconic student-built 90.5 KVHS, Concord Rock City.
Certainly, an echo from the cellar world bottle slips suddenly. Undoubtedly, just a creaky floor and nothing more. A knock at the door from the corner of your eye, someone that you thought you saw before. Shaking to your core, and now you're running. Tonight
mist upon the hill, shadowy, yet unbroken, is a symbol and a token. How it hangs upon trees, a mystery of mysteries.
change places with anyone tonight. We'll carve pumpkin faces and watch the witches fly. Every human heart will shudder. Every soul will shake with fear. Tonight, the creepiest. Tonight, the scariest. Tonight, the most wonderful night. The year. Oh, anything can happen on Halloween. Your dog could turn into a cat. There may be a toad on your bass guitar, or your sister could turn into a bat. Christmas time brings the snow. Summertime brings the sun. But on Halloween, your blood begins to run. Something spooky's going on. Anything can set from London to Idaho. April 1st can be fun. New Year's Eve is the bar. But on Halloween, the flesh begins to crawl. Oh, losing control. Anything can happen on Halloween. Your toenails grow long and your hair turns green. Your teacher could become a sardine. Your dentist could turn into a queen. Has anybody seen my tambourine? I may start playing beginner begin. The craziest night you've ever seen. It's hairy, scary, and creepy, and crowly.
We were lost inside a crowd, burning on the holy ground. Angel wings upon our backs. Lord knows they grow too fast. I was not made to be here, living only for His love. I was not made to be here. I never was. The book of souls. Your name is found. If we get out of here, we'll tear the white gates down. It's not your fault. I'm marked by love. And when my time is out, I'll fall beneath the clouds. The devil won't catch me now. The devil won't catch me. The devil won't catch me now. The devil won't catch me. The devil won't catch me now. The devil won't catch me. The devil won't catch me now. The devil won't catch me. We are living in the deep ocean of another stream. What will happen when they wake and fall through another day? Will we ever find our freedom walking this familiar land? Will we drown in cries and tears, reaching for each other's hands? For each other's hands, reaching for each other, reaching for each other's hands, reaching for each other, reaching for each other. It's not your fault. It's not your fault. It's not your fault. The devil won't catch me now. The devil won't catch me. The devil won't catch me now. The devil won't catch me. The devil won't catch me now. The devil won't catch me. The devil won't catch me now. The devil won't catch me. The devil won't catch me now.
welcome back to Vikings Field here in Pleasant Hill, California. DVC up 1-0 as we get ready for the second 45. A look at the Big 8 conference standings right now. DVC and Sac City at the moment bringing up the rear, but the Vikings could move their way up into 7th place with a victory today. ARC with a very tough assignment. They are at home tonight, but they're taking on Folsom Lake, the defending champions, who are contending for that number 1 spot in the conference at the moment. We are just about ready for action. It'll be DVC kicking off and going right to left across your YouTube progress bar. Irina Petronak gets us back underway, and we do the same here on the DVC Vikings Live feed. 45 more minutes. Joe Hickey joined, as I was in the first half, by Alex Lobbin on commentary debut, and delighted to have you back with us.
Well, thank you for having me back for the second half. Hopefully I didn't disappoint in the first.
Yep, no, passed the audition. All is well. Now, here's Callista Rubel, a little bit too physical as she works her way through Karime Cervantes, and that'll be a DVC foul, third whistled against the Vikings.
Yeah, that was the right decision there. She tried just to protect the ball and muscle her way through, but the ref's not letting her get away with that.
So, Alex, if you're the one giving the halftime talk to the team, what were your takeaways going to be for DVC?
Well, I think it was just making sure that they take care of the ball in that midfield area. I think that, the defense have done well, created a lot of opportunities, but too many turnovers in the middle. I'm pretty sure the coaching staff went through that and told them to make sure they take care of the ball, don't turn it over as much, and then they're going to continue to create even more opportunities and then hopefully get this second goal.
Alina Ilehai poking one away from Rodas, but DVC maintained possession on the throw. Rubel trying to let that go over her shoulder, still battling Ilehai, takes the ball away. Good battle there. Now fires that for the near post, and that is turned away by Casares, but an early sign of intent from Callista Rubel.
Yeah, I mean, that almost snuck under the goalkeeper there. I think it almost took her by surprise. I don't think she hit it as cleanly as she'd have liked, but the goalkeeper looked a little bit more panicked than she perhaps should have done there.
Vikings will look to get that second that they weren't able to pick up in the late going of the first half. Here comes the ball floating in towards the edge of the 6. That gets over the head of Rubel and through the body of Singh. It's cleaned up at the far post by the 15, Alejo.
It was a decent ball in. It's a half chance again.
Yeah, not a bad-looking opportunity as Trujillo takes the ball away, tries to spring Singh down the right side. Cut off there by the 14, Justo. So on the other side, if you were the Sacramento City coach, what do you think is the prime message for your club?
Well, I think if I was the coaching staff, I think I'd be quite happy that they only went in when it was 1-0, considering that great chance at the end of the first half. So I think the coaching staff will again be just trying to make sure that they keep it tight at the back, defend as well as they have in the first half. But I think their biggest challenge is trying to get the ball up the field. I think you mentioned, the goal scorer they have on the team. Well, how can you try and provide more service? I'd probably be trying to go a bit more direct and try and turn DVC around by playing some balls over the top of the defence, get them running towards their own goalkeeper. That would be helpful, I think.
Yeah, Ilehai, the main scorer. Oh, there's a ball forward looking for Singh. It got by Esquivias. Here comes Suhani at the byline. Poked away by the defender. Suhani stays on it. Lays that back for Rodas. Cuts inside a defender. Christabel still on it. Lays it back for Rubel. Fires.
Oh,
Goal! Callista Rubel, denied on Tuesday at close range, has finally opened her account in green and white, and DVC make it 2.
I think Rodas has done extremely well there. I mean, she's kind of danced into the box, and I was almost thinking, why aren't you hitting this? It's a great chance. I'm about to be saying you should have shot, but then she's laid the ball off to my friend Callista there, and she's tucked one in the bottom corner there, so super proud of her. That's awesome for her to score at the college level. Fantastic.
Recently converted to a forward is Callista Rubel, and she's given DVC that double advantage that they were pursuing throughout the later part of that
she's
first
going
half.
again here. She's going again.
Might hit it hard. No, this time she's going to lay it off for Suhani Singh on the right side. We're going to need a stoppage at some point here to tell them about the last one. Singh, cross goal. That is going to fizz through the 6 with a touch from Casares.
That's almost gone in there, Joe. That was a bit of a miss hit. I don't know if it almost brushed the crossbar from my angle. I'm not sure, but it looked close.
Oh, may well have. Esquivias trying to hold it right there here for DVC, and once it does finally go out, we'll tell the assembled masses about that last one.
DVC goal! First in green and white for 16, Callista Rubel. Vikings 2, Panthers 0.
That's great. I'm really happy for Callista. That's awesome. She worked really hard to get to come and play here at the Vikings, and to get your first goal is always a really enjoyable moment for any player.
And as we said, it had gone close last week. And so this time around, the direction is true, manages to get it around Casares, and DVC will look for another here to see if they can remove all doubt.
Yeah, it's the perfect way to start the second half. Early pressure, early goal. And now I think the players are going to be excited to see if they can get even another one here.
Sacramento City on the other end, trying to see what they can build. Alina Ilehai has scored recently, picked one up against Feather River.
And I like the change here. It looks like Callista and Singh are playing almost up front as a 2 now. And I think they look sort of an imposing duo up there.
I would agree with that. Yeah, a lot of a lot of strength up there.
It's certainly a good move by the coaching staff to try and generate a little bit more offense with these two up there. I think now it's just get the ball to them and have them run at this defense and see what they can do.
And there's Ella DeChoco, one of the big stories of the first half, taking a ball away, and Singh tracking back nicely to hold possession on the ball towards the center. Loses out, though, here. Claimed after a touch from Costa by the DVC back line. Cleared by Correa. Back to the feet of Justo at the midfield. Trying to step through a few DVC defenders, does so. Forward looking for Hicks, comes back to Justo. Left side, another half clearance that is held in by Alejo. And Sacramento City looking to build a little something in response to the Viking tally.
I'm still trying to figure out where we're 2 up or 3 here. I think the 17 almost is deep, or the 9's on the right. They almost seemed like a front 2 a second ago, and now it looks more like a traditional 3. But I'm sure as the game settles in, we'll see what's happening here.
Well, DVC started the season in more of a diamond midfield 4-4-2. They've played a lot of 4-3-3 recently, and have seemed to have a bit more luck from that shape at defending properly. But yeah, you're absolutely right. Esquivias is alternately looking like a left midfielder or a left wing.
Yeah, you got Singh keeps coming to the centre there, and then it's Rubel through the centre. So it's interesting to see how it goes. It's working, whatever it is. So it's.
What's the Jamie Tart thing? Don't play two, mate. Play through, mate.
Yeah, I've seen that one. You've been watching your Apple TV subscription there, Joe. You're doing good research.
Well, I first got that as a result of doing streaming. I think it came as part of I had to upgrade my internet so that we would actually have good enough bandwidth to cover softball back during COVID. And yeah, the upgrade came with an Apple TV subscription, and next thing I know, I'm watching Ted Lasso and all that good stuff.
It's the greatest show on Apple, that's for sure. I'm sure everyone's seen a little bit of it if you're a soccer fan.
Oh, yeah. Here comes Hicks cutting off a ball again, and she'll look to spring from the back. And again, Vikings absolutely flush with players that are comfortable in the midfield, all over the field. And here's a ball forward for Ruiz. Shows too much of it to the 13, Malone.
Yeah, Ruiz has really got to work on connecting these next 2 or 3 passes. Can't be giving it away like that.
There's a ball over the top looking for Ilehai, but it's just a little overcooked, and Correa will come out to claim. Quick on the restart. Nice cushioned header by Esquivias. Looking to find Rodas, but it's a little too far in front. Changes in the offing. 2 substitutes ready for Coach Poon, and Sofia Lopez Real getting ready to come in as that one takes an unlucky bounce off the back of Manzano's head. Choco working against the 13, Malone. Oh, thought she might have held that in. Malone certainly didn't.
Yeah, it just crept out there, I think.
Here come those substitutions. Nobody new into the game. It's Cardenas and Precious Medina re-entering for Sacramento City. I'll take off Carpio and Manzano. For DVC, Sofia Lopez Real in place of Diana Ruiz. Perhaps a response, Alex, to maybe needing a little bit of coaching up after a couple of errant passes?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, maybe she's just tired. She looked pretty tired after that one she gave it away, so maybe she's getting some fresh legs on there and trying to see what we can do. But perhaps, yeah, you've got to take care of the ball. That was perhaps, like we said, that's the halftime team talk. Look after the ball, and if you're giving the ball away straight into the second half, maybe you're right. Maybe they need to make a change.
Rosemont, oh my goodness, to ground and somehow maintains possession on that against Ilehai. What a fantastic move there. Here's Esquivias forward. That's going to fall kindly for a moment for Rubel.
Oh,
now it's Trujillo. There we go. That one's out to the left side here for Rodas. Cristobal again on the charge. Enters the 18 from the left side. Bounce favors her. Squares it up. Inside the 18. Rubel looking for the opportunity to fire, but it's going to be cleared off of her foot. rolling along the byline.
Just could not find the gap there to get the shot off. I think we've got a good cross in there. You know, Rodos again has entered the penalty area. She's beat the fullback, tried to get the ball in, but it wouldn't quite break for Rubel there. She was trying to muscle her way through, but that was tidied up and cleared quite well.
Yeah, I'm just about at the point where I just want to see Rodos let rip with one. I think she may have actually had the best window there early in that possession.
Well, she's doing well getting that high up the field, that's for sure. It's another good ball in the box here, Joe.
That's DeChoco there looking for Suhani Singh. The first touch is going to favor the defensive line, though, and again surging forward is Brianna Justo, who's been very active box to box over the course of this early part of the second half. Rosemont takes one away, front of the center circle. Goes route one, trying to find that channel through to get Singh.
There's certainly a bit of confidence seeping through here into the Vikings players. I think after that second goal, it often happens. All of a sudden the second one goes in, you're a bit more confident, a bit more relaxed.
Sophia burns a defender but won't be able to keep the cross in. That goes over the back line for a goal kick substitution as Del Toro comes back in for the Panthers.
She just ran out of space there, didn't she? She tried to get that cross in, but ran out of real estate, as you say over here. So she needs to get that ball again and get the cross in earlier.
Yeah, just a tough thing right there if you're at full flight to try to get your body squared around to get anything behind it.
It is very difficult, that's for sure.
Casares will uncork this in just a moment. Ball held by the Sac City midfield, and now the attack coming. And to ground goes Rosemont. Ball half cleared. Rodas down with it. Woo! Steps neatly around a defender.
She's had a great start to the half, Rodas here.
Esquivias trying to show for it, maybe a little late on the delivery, and that's going to be cut off by Jocelyn Medina.
That's because I just said that Rodas had a great start to the half, and then she can give the ball away. That's my first commentator's curse out the way. So.
Oh, it shan't be the last, I'm sure.
I do apologize to her for that.
Esquivias, forward for Singh. Tries to get turned around the 19. Malia Sanchez lays it off instead to Casey Trujillo, trying to serve Lopez Real, but may have been offside. The flag stays down as Sofia went passive.
Yeah, Singh did well there. It's a great hold-up play. She spun the defender really well. Laid off the ball. I need more of that from her. That's a good contribution.
Sac City trying to build through the middle, cut off by Hicks. Advancing there, but shows too much of it to the 10, Cervantes. Ball cleared away. That'll be a Viking throw.
Just a chance for everybody to kind of catch their breath here, get back into their positions and get settled down, I think.
Well, I see we have a member of the Rodas family commenting here on the YouTube stream. Glad to have you aboard. And yeah, your girl is impressing Alex Lobin, our commentator today, and me as well.
She was playing very well until I said she was doing great. So my apologies on the chat there. I shall try and wait till she scores here.
Ball rattling through the midfield and a forest of legs. DVC able to take it away. Here's Sierra Rosemont squaring it again for Cristobal. A bit more central than we're used to seeing her. Ball forward, may have been a hand, nothing given. Cervantes working against Rubel. Callista takes it away.
Fantastic strength there, hasn't she? Done well to hold that back up and retain possession for the Vikings there. That's really good.
Forward for Trujillo with a little bit of space. Loads up a shot with the right boot. Just barely doesn't curl down.
Oh, I thought that was the third one there, Joe, the way she just opened up. And you were saying about that right foot in the first half, and you were right. She really caught hold of that one, but I was surprised to not see that one hit the back of the net, to be honest. I thought that was the one.
She's had a couple like that this season amongst her 5 goals, and somebody who, if you are new to the 2024 Vikings, an interesting story. She's actually having her sophomore season 7 years after her freshman season. She was a transfer to DVC in 19 from Solano, and tore her ACL in between games 1 and 2 of the 2019 season.
Yeah, I think I remember that. She got here and wasn't in the first week. She had to go straight have surgery on her knee. Yeah,
had an amazing first game against her old mates from Solano. Yeah. Had an assist. I think either hit the post or brought an immense save out of the keeper in the late going. Could have given DVC the win. And then, never got to see her again. Was an assistant here last year.
Great.
Transferred to Stanislaus. Had what would have been her redshirt sophomore season originally taken away due to the pandemic. But she decided after that year as an assistant coach to come on back and use her eligibility, and it's been a lot of fun to watch.
That's always been my advice to players. I think, if you've got a chance to play, you got to get out there and go play. Before you know it, you're older. You can't play as much anymore. I know firsthand. It's a lot harder now. But if you've got a chance, you've got eligibility, you should absolutely play. It was the same thing when Noelle Lemos was here. I convinced her to stop coaching and go play because she had a year left, and she had a really great season, really enjoyed it. So it's good to see the players come back. Great to see Casey out here if that's the case. That's awesome that she's back out here playing. She won't regret it, I'm sure.
I'll say Noelle Lemus, that you want to talk about a touch of brilliance getting her involved. She's DVC's all-time leading scorer now.
Yeah, I think she's right up there with Marjan, our assistant coach down there. So I think it's pretty close between those two. They certainly, between the two of them, scored a lot of goals. I think Noelle will tell you she's upset she got substituted a few of those games.
There's the Choco. That one's going to find Singh in an offside position as Ella surges up from the center back spot. Yeah, in fact, both of them now still work here. Lemus is in workforce development and all that sort of stuff. Now Noelle Palmer. But yeah, she's the all-time career leader. Marjan, assistant coach now at DVC, is the all-time single-season leader.
Wow, I like it.
Yeah, they each have a little something.
I would expect you to have the detail on that, Joe. That's what we keep you around for, to make sure we know where we're at. It's good. I know Noelle will be happy with that, for sure.
The ball taken away. Oh, a nice shifty dribbling and running from Esquivias. One touch from Rubel, now back onto the foot of Cottle. She scored from that spot before this season. Tries to again, this time blocked. Sac City looking to take it away. Cottle still stuck in. She'll slow that up enough for Rosemont and Rubel to converge. Out to the left side for Rodas. Christabel looking to earn the byline and wrap her foot around one. That banks off the 7 Medina. Stays inside the field of play. Finally over the back line, waiting for a signal. It will be DVC's second corner.
Is it me or is the referee's whistle a little bit hard of hearing today? Is it? I think it's the second time I've heard that. It's quite there. I know it's a minor issue, but I couldn't quite hear it. Could you? Like that corner was given. It's difficult to hear, I think.
Yeah, I was trusting my eyes on that one. I wasn't sure at all. I heard a whistle. It'll be Esquivias to put this in from the left side. Both hands in the air. Here it comes, going near post. Bet with the head of Rosemont, but a little high.
Yeah, he's done well to meet that at the near post. I'm not sure that the corner really was going to do much there. It was pretty underhit to reach the near post, but they've done well to get there and attack it. It's another little half chance.
14th Viking shot, 7 of them on goal, 2 of them in the back of the net. Had Singh back in the first half in the 10th minute, and then early in this second half, 49th minute, Callista Rubel, her first tally in green and white.
She's definitely playing far more centrally than in the first half, so I think that the plan is to get the ball forward to those two early and see if they can get another one. She's certainly contributing. Here she goes again. She's got the ball. Oh, again.
Pulled back, I think, for a foul by Trujillo in obtaining that ball as she went against her opposing 10, Cervantes.
If I could have heard that whistle, I'd have known. But,
yeah, let's see. Do I have a slider for that? Can we get that a little higher in the mix? No, I don't think so. Cervantes will bomb this one deep, and Choco will meet it. And here is Casey with a bit of space, and she looks to spring Rubel immediately. Callista's got a step on the defender. Can she beat her there? She does. One touch into the box. Cut off. Rolling near the byline.
Another corner there,
and
Joe.
There you go.
Another corner. The pressure's on there. It's a great through ball. Callista's done well to get there. Couldn't quite beat the defender, though, because she couldn't quite get past. Didn't quite have that final turn of speed. But we have another set piece, so here we go.
And they're going to take it short. Callista's going to be the one to put it in. Choco bodies off one player. Arriving to hit it first time is Trujillo. Did that take a deflection? Yes, indeed. A fourth corner kick to come.
Well, I certainly hope we just hit this one into the centre. I'm not sure we should have the centre forward big and strong out there for the short corner. You want them in the middle trying to convert the headers, right? But she's coming off anyway.
Yeah, it looks like Rubel out for Ruiz.
She's had a great start to the second half, got herself a goal and contributed really well to the second half. She'll be pleased with that, I would have thought.
Cottle again set up to put in the ball from the left side. Here it comes in towards the 18. Gets through the first defender, out the back, last touched by green and black, and that'll be a goal kick.
A little bit disappointing these corners. Again, for me, it's under hit. It's barely cleared the front post. We've got to get some better delivery, someone who can really find a bit more range on those corners, get it into the centre of the goal and have a go at it. I think that's something that the staff will want to be practicing next week, I would imagine.
Yeah, looking for that depth to incite a little bit of panic. Pressure continues to come, and the ball is briefly given away. Rosemont got a touch to it. It will come free for Alexia Alejo, doing battle over the left side with Lopez Real.
Yeah, I think I'd like to see Casey on those corners. The way her right foot can connect with the ball, I think she could get it central new.
I wouldn't mind seeing it at all.
We'll put it in the suggestion box for later in the week.
Take a look here at what's coming up in DVC athletics. Friday, a busy day here at DVC. Wet water polo. The men will be hosting the NorCal crossover. They'll meet Ohlone in the morning, Cabrillo in the afternoon. Women on the road down at Monterey Bay, an unofficial match with the Cal State Monterey Bay Otters. And then volleyball on the road at Cosumnes River that evening. Football the next afternoon, taking on Foothill, which is a really weird-looking thing to have on the scoreboard there. It almost looks like it's the same thing, but that'll be taking place, and we'll tell you a little bit more about what's going on in a few of those sports over the course of our last 25 minutes. But, of course, first, all business here. 2-0, Vikings leading on goals from Singh and Rubel. One early in the first, one early in the second.
Yeah, you can hear the coaching staff here kind of urging the Vikings on to keep the energy up, keep the pressing up, and try and really force this mistake. And here's one here. Now they've turned the ball over.
Casey can't quite get it to stick to her foot there.
Yeah, but that's what they need. It's that the coaching staff, you can hear them, just the energy, the effort to keep going. 2-0 is not a safe scoreline, as we all know.
Oh,
We've been watching enough soccer to know it's not a safe one. I think it's all about keeping the right habits, the right energy levels up, and then if you can force the third, you can start relaxing and playing the ball a little bit more easier.
Correa will leave that over to the right side for Hicks. But no, you're absolutely right. DVC, I think, were at their most dangerous on Tuesday against Folsom Lake. Right after they conceded that second goal, they had a couple of decent shouts and that great counterattack to try to get the one goal, pull one back, and really incite some panic, but weren't able to do it. By contrast, on Friday, they gave up one 30 seconds after the restart to go down 2-0, and that felt like a gut punch. That felt like the third goal often does. Got a foul here whistled by Ms. Petrunak, and a free kick to come for Sac City.
Yeah, they want to make sure they get this wall organised early, get the players marked up early. You know, you don't want to give anything away off a set play once you're this stage of the game, so they're going without a wall. They're going with a wall. It's just a two-player wall here. It is out from a long distance, so hopefully the keeper can see this one.
Correa at the ready. It's going to be Karime Cervantes. 2 goals this season, both early in the year. This one floating and straight into the chest of Denise Correa. First save on the day for her.
I think the goalkeeper will be very happy with that. That's about as comfortable as it gets, right at you into your mid-drift section. Just catch it and roll it out, so no problems there.
Yeah, Denise has really been something else. Vikings this season, Alex, if you're not aware, did not manage to recruit a goalkeeper. So Denise is a converted attacking mid.
Wow.
Who now has, as part of her resume, an 18-save clean sheet against Delta.
That is incredible.
So
that must be the best attacking midfielder stats for a goalkeeper in the history of the game, I would imagine.
It's been unreal. She's really embraced the role and has made it her own. And it's kind of fun because she's got the basics down and the fundamentals you want to see out of a keeper. She also every now and again does something where you're like, oh, that's right, you're a midfielder. And so it's been a good time. But yeah, we decided. I figured I'd tell you the story since you're here at Vikings Field for the first time. Otherwise, I have generally said I'm going to stop referring to her at all as a midfielder because 18 saves and a clean sheet. You're a goalkeeper.
I think, though, I'm pleased you did mention it, because what it does show is what an incredible teammate she is. I mean, to go and sacrifice your own chances of playing outfield at the college level to playing goal for your team is incredible, commitment to the group. And I'm sure, I would hope that her teammates really appreciate her sacrifice for this team, because that's amazing, and credit to her.
Yeah, and similarly for forward and defender Hannah Walden, who spelled Denise during a 4-game stretch where she was only able to play one of them. Hannah Walden got in there and again sacrificed. She's coming here expecting to be a scorer, maybe a right back, and ends up in that spot. And somebody had to do it, and you're glad to have somebody willing to step into that role, because that's a scary place to be.
I think the good news of what I've seen here.
Oh, here's Cotto. Look out! She cues one up. That one's cleared off the back of Esquivia, still rattling around here in the 3/4 zone. It's going to come free to DeChoco. Rosemont.
Again, very tidy DeChoco, always gets on the ball, makes the right pass. She reads the game well. I've been really impressed with her today as well.
If Rodas can get to that is a lovely bit of distribution out to the corner. That's banked off of a Sac City player. It'll be DVC's 5th corner kick, and I believe 4th of this half here in just about 25 minutes.
Well, yeah, it looks like we've got the same corner taker as the last one. Carol's going over there. Can she really connect with this one and get the ball deeper? That's what we're looking for. You've got to clear that front post and give us a chance to get something on target. I think that's the goal.
Because if you're making that run and you're trying to hit it back behind yourself, that just requires all manner of contortion. That's looking a little better here. That is headed from just in front of DeChoco. Trujillo brings it down. Sofia Lopez-Real heads it forward. Now near DeChoco, fired and
that's close.
Absorbed by Casares, or at least batted away. My goodness, that nearly turned out to be a ping-pong goal there for number 3.
That was very close to going over the line, and going back to what we asked for in the corner, that's exactly what we got. Carroll's really got hold of that ball. It's delivered it into the middle, and you can see straight away it's created chaos and almost the third goal there. So that's the kind of delivery that you're going to need to get consistency out of. How many corners did you say, Joe?
That was the 5th, and this will be a throw-in from over here.
The 5th and probably the first one of merit I can remember, unless I'm missing one, but that was the one. That's what we need off those corners. That's a good opportunity.
Pair of substitutions, one aside, Cardenas in for out for Nayeli Carpio on the Sac City side. Esquivias comes straight off and is replaced by Miki Miyazaki. Lopez Real firing from distance. Ooh, almost got that to skip at the right time, but Casares has it.
Yeah, it's a decent opportunity. She had a good look at the goal, tried to get a shot on target. It was really underhit, though, that one. It was never going to cause the keeper any troubles, I think, with that pace on it, that's for sure.
Be knocked down by Ruiz. Unable to hold on to it, dropped all the way back to Casares.
Just to complete my thought from earlier, I think what I was saying was there seems to be a really good togetherness about this group, despite looking at the results haven't been fantastic until obviously right now. But the group, you could see as they came out today, they got in the huddle, they're cheering each other on. There seems to be a good energy about the group, which is unusual. When you haven't had many wins or many goals, you tend to find the group is down. So that's a really good sign for the remainder of the season, that the coaching staff have got the morale up. The players seem to get along with one another. So I think that's a really good sign, especially when you've seen some of that today. But I think even after today, it's a good sign that they're still together.
And certainly coming in after a long stretch of, as we said, kind of needing to rely on moral victories, as the Vikings are going to have a free kick following the second Sac City foul. But coming in on a day where you do feel like, okay, we can get a win here if we play this right. It's not going to have to feel like a miracle. It's not going to require Denise to play out of her skin. Should be able to get something going, as this one's floated in towards Singh. Opportunity knocking 2 Sac City defenders, able to wall it off. Miyazaki currently challenging against Justo. Carpio back to Justo, still here in the Vikings attacking third, and it goes out of play for a DVC throw.
That's good. There's more and more pressure. There's a lot of entries into the final third. There's a lot of deliveries into the center of the goal.
Here comes the throw into Hicks. First time trying to loop this forward, and out is Casares, attentive to it. Cuts off Trujillo.
Yeah, you certainly sense something is coming. I think Sac seem to be tiring a little too with the constant wave of pressure. The ball keeps coming back at them. It's now, can we get something on frame?
Trujillo rips from distance. That is going to be wide.
That would have been awesome if that had gone in. I could have just been, top grade commentator there said he was coming and they score. That would have been an incredible debut here on the mic.
It's the very opposite of the commentator curse. There you go.
We were super close, but yeah, it's coming, I think.
That third would be big. DVC in search of a lifeline for potential playoff qualification, making sure they finish in the top 8 of the Big 8, which I know sounds like it should be automatic, but numbers are lies. There are 9 teams in this conference. But we'll talk about why that's important, particularly to the Vikings captain that is going under the knife today in just a few minutes, especially if the Vikings pick up a third goal. We'll feel like we can talk about it freely. It is Sac City, though, on the front foot at the moment. Cervantes forward in search of the 6 Costa. Rodas knocks that back for Denise. Little dangerous on that one. I think Alex not thrilled with that decision.
They've done ever so well, though. I was a little bit worried, but that's a late tackle as well. I think that's going to be result in the first yellow card, is it?
Indeed, clash of the 7s, and that's going to be shown here to the number 7, Jocelyn Medina.
Yeah, it was a pretty strong challenge, a little bit late, but I don't think it was too malicious, was it? But it was just a little bit late. I think it was a little error from the player. She just misjudged it. But going back to the goalkeeper there, I was a little bit nervous. They're playing out the back. It seemed very tight. Oh, there's some confusion here. It looks like Lopez Real thinks she's been carded. She has not. It's the opposition's number 7.
Yellow card shown to Sacramento City's number 7, Jocelyn Medina, in the 74th.
An amusing little exchange between Lopez Real and the ref. She's like, who, me? Why am I getting booked? And she was right. She's not getting booked.
Yeah, Sophia picked up a yellow in the last game here at Vikings Field on Tuesday. That one's headed on by Trujillo. Singh not quite able to latch on.
Yeah, it was a good free kick there. Good elevation on it. Got the flick on it. Almost dropped.
And that flick in particular just kind of accelerates things. If you're Sac City, you've been seeing DVC take 2 touches on just about everything, and all of a sudden there's one coming at you a lot quicker than you were ready for. Rosemont on it. Up the right side looking for Suhani. That is going to bend its way out of play.
I noticed Ruiz is back in the game here with a rather heavy strapping on the right leg. I wonder how much that's bothering her. She, again, doesn't seem to be moving particularly freely, so I'm not sure how long she's going to last with that. I guess we will see.
Yeah, we're at that part of the season here where just about everybody's got some sort of nick they're coping with, as Alina Ilehai is going to come back in at the next opportunity for Coach Alexia Poon.
Well, you understand these collegiate athletes are playing. For soccer, 2 games a week, it's a lot of stress and strain on the body. 2 games in 1 week, and they play a lot of games in a short space of time. So the recovery is almost as important as the full-on training sessions, and it's hard to get the workload right when you work hard, when you rest, when you recover. The planning that has to go into that is pretty extensive to try and avoid the injuries. But there's a great athletics department here at DVC. They look after the players very well, so that they've got the support. That's for sure.
Rhoda steps in with the takeaway here, working her way up the left side, looking for a cross, trying to find the woman in front. Singh just barely can't get the inside of the foot wrapped around it.
It's another great ball in from Rhoda. She's done so well. She's so high up the field as a left-sided defender here all through the game. It's another good delivery in, and I think Singh will want that one back as well because it's a great opportunity. I'm wondering if she'll think she could have gone with her left foot, because as she goes with her left foot, then she finishes facing the goal. You got a chance of maybe getting on target, but that's far easier said than done.
For sure. Certainly at pace like that, as the goal kick popped up in the air with the head of Suhani. Still battling for it against Justo, and holds it up just long enough for Miyazaki to take it away. Mickey's still on it. Enters the 18. Gets it onto her left. 2 defenders collapse to her, and it's cleared away off of her foot. Held in here for DVC, though, by Singh for a moment. Now taken away decisively, and here comes Sac City the other way with Carpio. Ooh, and a slide challenge, and here's a curse there, as it's Mila Ninkovic, rather, who picks up the yellow on that one.
Yeah, a pretty late tackle again. The referee's got that one right, hasn't she? I think the referees kind of refereed this quite well, let things go when they had to, but anything serious and anything late she's dealt with, and it's fair enough.
Yellow card shown to number 8, Mila Ninkovic for DVC, and minute number 77.
Hannah Walden about to get a run out here as well for the Vikings, as temperature has dropped a little bit. Alex, you came prepared with a few other layers, and good on you.
I did. It's you got to get layers in the Bay Area this time of year. It can start super warm, can't it, and then all of a sudden get you. So I did try to come prepared. I still have my DVC soccer jacket here as well from probably 2016. I'm sporting today.
There you go. Well, while the trainers are attending to Nayeli Carpio, who has come up with a little bit of a nick from the challenge by Ninkovic that merited the yellow card, we will take a look here at other things going on in DVC athletics, namely football got back on the winning side of things, currently number 20 in the JCAB poll. They're now 4-3 after taking out San Joaquin Delta during what was essentially a homecoming and a 75th anniversary celebration. They do that behind 390 rushing yards, 184 of that from Ferrari Miller, who, I've said it before, has the best name I've ever heard for a running back. Vroom, vroom, Ferrari Miller.
That's an incredible name.
Yeah, you got to love that. And other Vikings running backs in business as well. Sean Davis with 83, Jason Wade 59 yards, Isaiah Newton 49, all of them with scoring runs. So DVC heading out to Foothill. They'll next be at home for sophomore day against Laney next Friday. Water polo as well, with a really lovely final full home date, as the women and men played a doubleheader against Santa Rosa last Wednesday. Vikings women rode a 7-1 second quarter to a big win. 6 goals for leading scorer Sophia Goodson. On the men's side, Thomas Colpo and Keegan Darcy with 4 goals each as they liquidated Santa Rosa 16-7. And then a big overtime game, 16-14. Vikings beat Cabrillo, the men, behind goals from DeLang and Barnacle, 4 each there. So water polo in good shape. As we said, they'll be back in action this Friday. The men hosting the NorCal crossover. Women have an unofficial meetup before the Big 8 tournament next week, as this ball forward straight off the free kick is put out by the Vikings. Ninkovic cleaning up the mess as it works out in front of Monsanto.
Yeah, I think after a big break like that, the trainers have been on, the players have all come over for water here, and now it's mentally getting tuned back into the game and making sure you concentrate, because it's still only 2-0, so you've got to be on top of your game here and make sure that no silly mistakes happen. So they got to settle down off this goal kick and get back to what they're doing.
Yeah, ball whipped forward out the back from Sacramento City. DVC will kick this one away. Nayeli Carpio continuing to receive attention over at the trainer's table. She was carried off not under her own weight. So wishing the best for her after that clattering challenge from Ninkovic. Choco and Hicks back and forth between the center backs under light pressure. Forward here for Miyazaki. Rosemont now in the center.
Oh, we're going to pick up another free kick there. Just trying to shield the ball in there and connect an easy pass, which was the right thing to do, but just got pushed over there, so that was another good decision.
4th Sac City foul against 6 for DVC. Vikings currently out shooting Sacramento City 18-2, 9-1 the advantage in shots on goal, 5-0 the advantage in corners. Here's a ball up Route 1. Hannah Walden freshly into the game in pursuit. But it'll be Casares getting there first.
Yeah, that was a good build-up there, just trying to carry the ball out of the back line and look for a pass there from DeChoco. He got a bit overexcited there and probably did a little bit too much.
Walden at the moment appears to be partnering Trujillo up top. This ball comes free, and in pursuit is Ruiz. Comes to a stop in front of Justo. Now dribbles backwards of another player, leaves it back for Miyazaki, trying to find Lopez Real, brings it down, has it on her foot, fires, trickling, and I believe the whistle already for a handball in the build-up. I saw it. I hoped that Ms. Petrunak did not.
Good spot. I couldn't see it from my angle. I just saw the cross eventually coming. It was a great cross, and she get hold of it. I didn't quite see it spring up onto her arm there, but the referees eagle-eyed spotted that along with you, Joe.
Yeah, I mean, it was a little bit close. It was a touch borderline. I know Lopez Real was indicating that it got her in her side, but I think that there was an arm helping it bounce kindly off of that side there, at least enough for Ms. Petrunak to penalize it and give the ball to Sac City and take away that opportunity. But we're inside the final 10 here. DVC leading 2-0. Those goals, we said, early part of each half. 10th minute, we're going to get rid of the spiders. They're in the way.
They're back. They're back. I can't wait for Thursday.
There's a ball inside looking for Hannah Walden. That's still rattling around. Comes free to Miyazaki. Tries to scoop it forward, but that'll go over the back line.
Yeah, I feel there's almost been a lot more pressure in the final third from DVC this half, but have there really been as many clear-cut chances as the first half? I almost feel like there was more space, more breaks. Sac seem to have gone deeper and deeper with their defensive lines. There's not much room behind them, but the ball is spending an awful lot of time in the final third.
Yeah, it's kind of been those sharp chances, the type like Singh had at the near post earlier, or things like that. You've got to really take that snapshot quick and hope that it ends up on frame.
Mm-hmm. That's correct. I would agree with you.
Cardenas coming back in here for Sacramento City. And given that we are now about 7 minutes clear of it, we're going to risk talking about it. So the thing that's been at stake all day today here is, well, it's a little bit of mathematics, but the rule for taking a medical red shirt in 3C2A and the NCAA is that you cannot have played in any more than 30% of your team's games. Lily Underwood was injured in game number 6. 6 out of 20, that's 30%. She'd be able to take the medical red shirt. The problem is for DVC to play 20 games, they cannot finish 9th in the Big 8. The way the tournament's set up, everybody gets 3 more games in that tournament except number 9, who only plays 2. And so the concern all season has been that you need this team to play 20 games in order for Lily to be able to take a medical red shirt and continue her career. And that, by and large, meant you had to win this game. DVC so far, 83 minutes. They've done, 83 minutes and change. They've done the job. Another 7 minutes to get to go. Goodbye. And perhaps to see if they can find a third goal and make it a little less nervy.
Yeah, it's important they do the right things here now for the last 6 minutes. Again, take really good care of the ball. keep trying to get that ball in the final third, and then can we make the most of this? I think it's surely you think there's going to be at least one, if not two more opportunities in this remaining few moments.
Rosemont there again into a sliding challenge. Again, the foul is whistled against Sacramento City. Karime Cervantes, 5th against the Sac City Panthers. As Rosemont stepped around one defender and then got locked in battle with another. Here's Rodas forward for Trujillo. Touches that around the arrival of a defender. Here comes Casey. Casey fires. Goal! Casey Trujillo makes it 3 for the Vikings, and we can all breathe just a little bit easier, Alex Laban.
Yeah, that's great. It all starts with a really good, strong tackle right in front of us here. Picks up the free kick, plays it earlier. Out to Rojas again. She's done great, delivered it in. And Casey, you know, as we were talking about earlier, back from injury and out here. Great feet, composure, uses her strength to get in. It's a lovely finish, and that's great. Great to see us at 3-0.
DVC goal off the foot of number 10, Casey Trujillo, her 6th of the 2024 campaign. DVC 3, Sacramento City 0.
And you can't really say that the Vikings don't deserve it. The pressure's been all them in this half. Wave after wave of pressure. Haven't really had a great chance, but that was certainly one, and she's tucked it away nicely. And now at 3-0, I think everyone can really start to enjoy their football with 5 minutes to go. It's a good opportunity to get on the ball and show what ability you've got.
DeChoco in battle here with Cardenas. Steps around another player, but another one of those whistles that we just don't hear. I swear to heaven. You know what I bet is I bet there's a dog somewhere that absolutely knows exactly when somebody's committed a foul out here.
I think the ref needs to get back down to the sports shop and get a new whistle for Friday, because this one is just not doing it today.
We heard from her. She's going to be pretty busy in upcoming weeks. Oh, that's a nice little touch on for Cardenas, but cut off by DeChoco as she looked for it.
DeChoco has been almost faultless for this game. Everything in defence. She's kind of stepped out one, took it out, so hopefully she continues that in the remaining few moments, but a really great performance.
Ruiz does well to follow that ball and leave it for Miyazaki. Up ahead for Sofia Lopez Real with a deep run out of the midfield. Sofia denied once, fires, goal! Beautiful breaks. It's Miki Miyazaki on the assist there in minute number 87, but DVC a brilliant counterattack, and they make it 4.
It's a lovely breakthrough for Lopez Real there. As I said earlier, you just start enjoying your football once it gets to 3, and they're far more comfortable. They're on the ball. They're full of confidence. Sac's kind of confidence has gone the opposite way. It's hard for them. You know, they've worked so hard all day, but it's difficult when you can see the third, and now it's 4. Vikings are super happy, and the only problem for Sac City is there's still 3 minutes left on the clock.
We'll have to tell the people here about it, of course.
DVC goal in minute number 87. The 3rd of the season for number 7, Sofia Lopez Real.
Here's another ball forward. Casey Trujillo fed nicely out of the back by Rodas. Here comes Casey. Dribbles it to the corner, and I don't know if we're playing that sort of game right now. It would appear we are.
It looks like she wants to just see out the 4-0 and take it from there, like it's a cup final. You're 4-0 up. I think just go for 5. You're going to need all the help you can get in the goal difference column. Just keep going.
Ruiz fires across. Walden unable to have much hope of chasing that down there, and it will go out for a Sac goal kick.
It was an interesting break. It's a lovely ball down the line for Casey. I don't know, maybe she's tired or she just wants to see this clock out and run it into the corner, but I think the fans, we all want to see if we can squeeze another goal out of this, we'd be more than happy.
Ball cleared in the midfield as the clocks come to a stop here on DVC Vikings Live and here at the park. We'll see if the Vikings have one more in them. It's been a very impressive last 5 minutes of the encounter. Trujillo in the 85th, Lopez Real in the 87th. Rubel already with one on the day. Fires that one wide.
Yeah, the clock is winding down now. I think all Sac City want to do is hear the final whistle and get back on the bus. You know, they've worked really hard today. They should be proud of their efforts. You can't really fault their effort and their energy. I think, unfortunately, they've just probably come up against a better team today. And the Vikings will have pleased to get this done. I think they'll try and sneak one more goal, but they may just run out of time here.
Well, it's nice to hear that sort of phrasing and that sort of summation of a game for the team that's facing the Vikings for once, because the last 2 weeks it's been a lot of DVC having to take those moral victories from coming out and putting together a proud performance, albeit one without a goal on the board. They've got 4 today. Rubel taking shot at a second from a tight angle, and Casares snags it out of the air.
Well, that's the challenge with collegiate soccer at this level. You know, they're in and out. It's only 2 years that you're here, and then you're moving on. It's hard to keep a solid team together. It's a constant need to recruit and find the right people for the right program. But as we know, the Vikings have got a great program here, great facility, great coaching staff, so it's a good place to come and play your soccer, that's for sure.
Ball worked back to Correa, who hasn't had a ton to do today, just one save for her on the one Panther shot on goal. Vikings coming back the other way. They've put 22 shots in the direction of goal, 12 of them on frame, and 4 of them in the back of the net as Ruiz. A little bit of a wry smile as she comes back to her feet, bitten by the turf monster.
Yeah, there can't be much time left on the clock here. I don't know what the deal is with injury time or those couple of stoppages we had, but the real clock is running right down here.
Throw in here for Sacramento City. Is DVC maybe an illegal throw-in? Or did they just lose possession? Either way. Running through is Sierra Rosemont. She'll keep it. Keeps it in play, and that is all she wrote. It's a DVC victory here today by a 4-0 scoreline. We're going to tell the assembled masses about what's going on here and what's coming up in other DVC athletics. And then after that, Alex, you and me will go ahead and tie a bow on this one, okay?
That's all this afternoon, folks. Your final score. DVC 4, Sacramento City 0, coming on goals in the 10th minute by Suhani Singh, in the 49th by Callista Rubel, in the 85th by Casey Trujillo, and in the 87th by Sofia Lopez Real. Vikings fans, we thank you for attending today's game. You can next see DVC soccer in action on Sophomore Day. That coming up on Friday against Santa Rosa Junior College. It's a slightly earlier kickoff time for the Green and White, as they will be kicking off at 3 p.m. for their final scheduled home match of 2024. Come on out to celebrate the sophomores before they move on to the next exciting chapters of their careers here at DVC and elsewhere. Elsewhere in DVC Vikings athletics, water polo is in action on Friday as the men host the NorCal crossover. That, with them facing Ohlone and Cabrillo themselves. The women's water polo team visit CSU Monterey Bay for a scrimmage that will serve as their last tune-up for the Big 8 tournament the following weekend here in Pleasant Hill. Volleyball and football are both on the road this weekend, with Jackie Ponciano Babs women visiting Cosumnes River on Friday, and Jimmy Collins men looking to build a winning run in Los Altos Hills Saturday afternoon when they visit Foothill. To watch live video streams of volleyball and soccer on Friday, head to the DVC Athletics YouTube page. And to keep up with everything else, point your browser to dvcvikings.com, your source for all things green and white. Thanks for your support today and always of DVC Women's Soccer. We hope to see you again next time and wish you safe travels home today. Thank you.
All right, Alex. Well, it's been a stirring debut for you here on the microphone. 4 big goals, 3 of them coming late in the piece for DVC to put away an important win for the program.
Yeah, it's great to be back at DVC. Lovely to see the team get a victory, well-deserved 4-0 victory. Lots of goals, lots of entertainment. Pleasure being with you today. Thank you for your kind invitation.
Well, let's do it again. What are you doing Friday?
I'll have a look at the schedule, check in with the family and the work schedule. Let's try and do it. It was a very enjoyable experience, and we'll see what we can do for you.
All right. Well, with any luck, we'll have Alex back on Friday. Either way, we hope to have you back on Friday, either here in attendance to wish the sophomores well in what may be their final home match of 2024. And if you can't be here, we hope you'll join us again on DVC Vikings Live. Again, your score today, DVC 4, Sac City 0. For Alex Lobbin and everybody else here that helps make DVC Vikings Live happen, this is Joe Hickey wishing you dreams of green till next time. So long.